Joining me now is former boxing promoter, the man that helped establish Duco events. He's had success with world champion boxers Joseph Parker and Jeff Horn, as well as promoting Jai Opetaia, Lani Daniels and Mia Mutu. The one, the only, Dean Lonergan. Dino!
Gee whiz, Pineapple, that $100 I slipped you for the good intro was money well spent.
I mean it, Dino. You know, if we're going to talk about boxing, we've got to talk to the man. And look, I think that I still feel for Angela Carini of Italy, because if you've seen pictures of Iman Khalif, she's very big, looks like a bloke, and can punch hard. What's your take on it?
Well, I think this is a little bit different to a former male who's had a transformation as now a female, which was, born and raised as a male. This young lady, from what I can understand, has grown up with female genitals. And it's just the chromosomes that aren't quite there. Now, if there's a very specific ruling in the IBA, I think you talked about, that people with XY chromosomes can't compete, well, they're just falling within the rules. But if you've got someone who's been raised as a woman, looks like a woman without clothes on, mate, it's very hard to deny them the opportunity to compete, because where would they compete if they don't compete against women? And I think it's a really tough one. It's obviously a very, very small genetic anomaly that happens very, very rarely. And it's a very, very tough call, and I think maybe, the IOC's going to its rules, the IBA is going to its rules, and if you were to put this person into a category of their own, they'd have to find other people with BSB, and it sounds like she might be one of the only people, or he might be one of the only people in the world with this condition.
Yeah,
so it's a very, very rare genetic disorder.
I think there's two at the Olympics. There is one other fighter who apparently is the same. So, but I know.
Here's what I think, Pineapple.
Yeah.
Is it any different, right? Because she presents as a woman, has lived her entire life as a woman, but has obvious advantages thanks to her genetic makeup. Is that any different to Usain Bolt having genetic makeup that makes him a wonderful runner with all the fast twitch fibre and muscle mass that he got in his life? Is it really any different? Because it's been naturally gifted to him, just like this condition's been gifted to her by way of, birth.
Although Usain only races men, and also it's not a combat sport. That's the only issue I've got with this.
Yeah, I get it, but here's what's really interesting. Her next opponent has got no problems facing her in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, she's had 50 fights, I think, and has lost 9 of them or something. So here you got a person who's been beaten by other women. Yeah. And it might be the Italian girl. She got punched in the nose rather hard, and all of a sudden, she was aware. I'll guarantee you, going into this fight, she was aware of her opponent's record, because, mate, everyone studies her opponent's record and what they've done. Yeah. This isn't someone who's just marched through the female divisions, winning everything within the sight. This is someone who's competed and been beaten. And, and I would suggest, and this is, I think it's a hard call to make, but I'd suggest the IOC's probably got it right. She should compete. But if she had stormed through, and was knocking everybody out, I'd say, yeah, I get it. But the fact that she's grown up as a female, she has female genitalia from what we can understand, she has a different genetic makeup to what females do, but that's just maybe a gift of nature, and she's been beaten by females. I personally don't have a problem if she competes. Well, there you go. Dino, can we talk a little bit about, say, the likes of, good old Joseph Parker? I mean, I know you're not, you're not representing, or he's not in your stable anymore. But where's Joe at? What's he doing?
He's in a really good spot right now. The last fight that he had was in Saudi Arabia. He's had 2 fights up there now. I think it's 2. Probably got paid in excess of $5 million US per fight, so he's making seriously good money. He beat a guy called Zalil Zhang last time up, and Zhang sat him on his ass, I think, twice. I watched the fight, but Joe got up to win the fight, and I thought he won the fight comfortably. And Joe is currently, I think he's number 1 in the WBO at the moment. And what that means is at some stage in the very near future, he will get to fight for a world title, and it will probably be against the guy who fought Tyson Fury last time round. So Joe's in a wonderful position. He's made plenty of money over the time of his career. I think, he still speaks lucidly. He is in great shape. He probably fight as good as he's ever fought, and he's right at the top of his game. So, mate, hats off to Joe Parker, because he's managed to achieve a lot of things. So it's great. I'm very, very pleased with Joe. He's one of life's good guys.